I would say for sure, I won't even lie, I say even split. I would say because I started out with the comedy and entertainment and all that, that's just my foundation, that's what I know. But the rapping, like, it's just a talent I didn't know I had. So I find myself like loving the rapping one day, next day I'm loving the comedy. So literally that's what my day-to-day is. Like half of my day, I'm recording in the studio. I got a little studio in my house. Half of the day, I'm outside making skits with my friend. I just keep that same, like I guess 50-50 love for both. Living in Queensbridge, I would say I was only there from until I was like 14, 15. My mom was a dance teacher for the community, so you know everybody knew who I was. Everybody watched out for me in the neighborhood. I was bad though. In school, I was getting kicked out and all that type of stuff. You know, everybody was taking care of me. I was doing sports. She kept me in sports. She kept me dancing and stuff. Then when I moved to Harlem when I was like 15, 16, I was only there for like a year or two. I went to school out in the Bronx, but still there. I didn't really know my neighborhood that much because I wasn't there for too long, but still got friends. Still here, I go back to Harlem, go back to Queensbridge, here and there. I got both. I got the Queens swag and Harlem swag. Yeah, I feel like being on stage and being able to dance and move the way I move, that's all I know. When I was younger, I was on stage with my mom. She had like girls. She was a girls dance teacher, but I would still have my little moments on her shows and dance and all that. So I carried that along with me now, and it's working out for me. I remember it was In the Club by 50 Cent. That was the first song I ever danced to. I was like, damn, I was probably like 6. I was down there dancing with the girls and all that. Everybody started screaming when I came out. So yeah, that was the moment. I gotta sample that song. I would say, yeah, so I started TikTok in 2020. I say for the first 2 years, I was just doing it just to do it. I ain't really thinking nothing. I wasn't thinking of the business aspect. Like I got my first like paid promo in 2022 and it was like $100. So I didn't really know, I was just having fun and I was up to 1 million followers at that point. But I say once 2022 came and people was like, look, bro, like there's a lot of money involved, there's a lot of opportunities, you can get this brand. I started paying attention more. Then I was like, yeah, it's up now. I was just on TikTok one day and people was just started rapping over these like TikTok sounds, I guess you could say. TikTok sounds, and they was like Jersey Club. And when I was dancing to them, I seen it was just a trend to start rapping on them. They just had the phone right here, hot breaths, rapping on the phone. I'm like, shit, I'm about to start doing that. They started getting the same amount of views that my skits was doing. They hitting millions of views. I'm like, hold up. They like, yo, you could rap, bro. And I'm like, I don't know. Y'all might be saying this because y'all might just like Zeddy Will. You're trying to say my feelings. So I just kept doing it. I'm like, fuck it. One day I just made a song. It's called Confidence is Key. That's my first ever song. I threw it out there and they loved it. It hit 1 million streams. I didn't know how big of a deal that was until now. After that, I just never stopped. I just kept writing more, freestyling more, and here we are today. I would say in the beginning, I had no care. Like I was real carefree. I didn't know what was going on. I was just writing songs. I was freestyling here and there. I was like, oh, I'm Zeddy Will. People will just like it. Like it'll be fine. I'm a comedian at the end of the day, so I'm not a rapper. So that was going through my head. But now it's like a lot more advanced. Now I'm a lot more like focused on certain things, how I write certain lyrics. But before I was having fun. Well, I still am having fun, but before I really was having fun. I didn't care about nothing. It was on BandLab. I feel like that's everybody's start. BandLab, I'm still to this day, I still record on BandLab. That's usually where I go and reference my tracks and I'll go into the real studio and just lay it down. So I ain't never, like that aspect of me is still there. That's the first, the easiest to do. I'm not setting up Pro Tools, I don't know none of that shit, the beats and cutting the beat, I don't got time for all that. I'm BandLab, it looked like a little video game. It's easy for me. So growing up, I really wasn't like heavy on music. Like I really was heavy on comedy. Like I loved the Jim Carreys, I loved the Martins, I loved Will Smith. But one thing my mother always told me was when I was younger, I had an obsession with Eminem. Like I listened to Eminem faithfully. Like a young boy in Queensbridge, I just loved Eminem. So I would say that's my biggest inspiration. You can hear a lot of my lyrics, a lot of like goofy things I'm saying, a lot of crazy things here and there, but Eminem, definitely Nas, being a boy from Queensbridge. Kanye West, Nicki Minaj. I love Nicki Minaj too. She a Queens baby too, so yeah, those are some of my favorites right there. Trey Rags, I'm gonna go Curvo Dolo. I'm gonna put me. I'm gonna put this guy named Joe Roth and, well, it's 4, right? I was about to say 5. Yeah, not 4, right there. I'm gonna go Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, and I would go Nicki Minaj. Yeah, Nicki Minaj is dope. I always gotta throw a girl in my list, for sure. 5 years from now, success for me is being in either some sort of big TV show or some big movie, for sure. Definitely have a good project that really is something that you remember for a couple years later on. Growing my connection with God, that'd be good for me in 5 years. That type of stuff, that's successful to me. That feels good for me. If I look back 5 years later, I'm like, damn, I said I was here, then that's good. One of the biggest things was Lil Dicky reached out to me. I guess he was like, I see a lot of myself in you. Just to keep doing your thing, keep up with the rap stuff, but just never stop being you. That was a big thing he said to me. Waka Flocka Flame reached out when I had dropped my Cha Cha song, and he seen that. I don't even think it was the song. I think it was just how I was going about it and the certain reactions, different content I was putting out. He was like, that's real smart of you. Keep doing that. Like, that is what gets you to the top. I be crying, so I'm happy. Look, I know it sounds crazy. I'm a very, very happy person. But sometimes, like, the stuff that goes on in my life, a lot of the times I just be confused, like, damn, like, this is really happening for me. Like, I'm overly happy. So sometimes I just sit down, I start crying. I call my mom a lot, and she'll think, oh, something's wrong. But at this point, she kind of know, like, he just overly happy. It's like, something just happened. Like, I just got wilding out. I got selected for Wilding Out this Friday. When I found out, I was on the phone with my manager talking. I'm like, yeah, woo, it's lit. Got off the phone, start crying.